Hey guys, what's up? Lumpy Ice Cream here.
With the Tim.
Here in the collection room.
Yeah.
Really just my old bedroom. I'm in with my brother now. Now I have more room for this. Millennium Falcon in the back. I don't think you can see it, but the doctors are there too. That's usually not how they're set up, but I thought for the video it was appropriate to put the Millennium Falcon behind us.
Yeah.
Look out for little Star Wars things in each video.
Yeah.
Don't know what yet, because I don't know. We did the acapella theme for the first one.
Yeah.
Now this. We're kind of running out of options already.
Yep.
So, today we'll be discussing Attack of the Clones.
Mm-hmm.
A better film, I think, than Phantom Menace, but
anything's better than the Phantom Menace.
But not by much.
It's not the greatest thing ever. I still enjoy it, but you know.
Oh yeah, I can too. We'll get into it. With the plot. With these Star Wars movies, I don't like discussing the plot too much. I don't know. I guess it was easier for our Fant 4-Stick review because the plot was, kind of interesting to talk about in a way. But the Star Wars plot, is just kind of...
It just kind of...
Especially for the prequels.
It kind of bounces about a little bit.
It does.
It's like...
Like, we start with, Padme, and she's, on her toes because assassinations.
Because people are trying to kill her and shit.
Yep. And that will put me on my toes. I mean, it probably wouldn't. I wouldn't give a shit, to be honest. I'd just be like, whatever.
You'd have to have the strength to be able to get up on your toes to begin with.
Very true. Her fucking decoy gets killed.
Yep.
And then shit basically just happens. She reunites with Anakin and Obi-Wan and Jar Jar. Then, they're assigned to protect her and all of that cool shindig stuff.
Yep.
And then, what was I about to say?
Then Padme is almost killed by two little grub thingies that some bounty hunter chick, changeling.
Zeb.
It
starts with Z.
I honestly don't know the name, but yeah. So she tries to kill Padme, and then Obi-Wan and Anakin think that she's a dude because the default genders. I don't know, and then stuff happens, and she gets caught or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not.
That whole kind of chase scene is a bit absurd. You've got bloody Obi-Wan hanging off the droid, which I can only assume would not be able to hold the weight of a person.
Wow.
I mean,
you could make the same argument for a lot of the stuff in any Star Wars movie.
Yeah, but that fucking droid in particular, it's no bigger. The main part of it is no bigger than Obi-Wan's head. I presume it doesn't weigh that much. You see it
slightly
go down and then continue along.
Yeah.
It's not built.
I don't think we can really friggin' talk about the real physics of Star Wars.
I'm just saying,
this is Star Wars. It's no fucking physics. And the fuck's physics?
Then we have Anakin jumping out of a ship and
yeah, well that's Anakin. He's a fucking idiot.
Gliding. I just always assumed maybe he's using the Force to propel himself.
He's obviously using the Force.
Yeah.
There's no real argument there. If a fucking Jedi does something stupid, then they're using the Force.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon in the first movie, he was always using the Force because he was always doing something stupid.
Except for when he's opening the door, he forgets he can use the Force to open the door. Then he just decides to stab the door a little bit.
Yeah.
Be incredibly nasty.
Yeah.
The bounty hunter gets assassinated. And always seeing that ship that she's in always brings back fond memories because I had the toy of that ship that would it had some
I really like
rubber.
The design of it. Looks really cool.
When you'd hit it into the ground, the panels would fly off, and it was a cool toy. Interestingly, it didn't come with the bounty hunter though. I think it just came by itself.
Is it because it's a female character?
No, it might have came with... No, it came with Padme, I think.
What?
And, like, not even proper Padme. It was Padme from the beginning of the movie when she has the helmet.
Where the fuck is the logic in that?
I think it came with that because I had that toy and I couldn't think of any logical excuses why I would have a Padme toy unless, of course, it came with the ship.
What is the Okay, I'm not even gonna question it.
It's weird.
I'm not even gonna
So, yeah, there's that. And then, I don't know.
Just a bunch of stuff happens, like
Lost Planet.
friggin'
Shit.
Attack of the Clones. Like, is one of those Star Wars movies that I feel you can't really say that this happens and then this happens and then this happens because it really jumps around, jumps all over the place.
But
for me, it's kind of refreshing to see something that does bounce around and doesn't focus on just single set of events.
Yeah. So I guess we'll talk like good points of the plot. I think everything on Kamino is really good.
Yep.
The battle with Jango Fett and Obi-Wan.
That's always good to watch.
That's cool because I just think when it's raining, that just makes a battle so much better.
Yeah.
Like, even though the movie's atrocious, I did like the fight in Matrix Revolutions between Neo and Agent Smith. Because it like, watch that fight and it looks like an anime.
Well, that's the whole
looks
point
like
of the
Dragon
Matrix.
Ball Z.
That's the whole fucking point of the Matrix.
Yeah.
It's meant to be an anime.
It looks like exactly like Dragon Ball Z. It's hilarious. But yeah, you got some pretty cool stuff happening.
I've always just loved that entire fight with Count Dooku. Like, whether Dooku's fighting both Anakin and Obi-Wan, whether he's fighting Anakin with 2 lightsabers, whether he's fighting Anakin with 1, whether he's fighting Obi-Wan with 1, and whether he's fighting fucking Yoda with 1.
Yeah.
That's all fucking
I mean, it is kind of weird, so cool. Yoda flipping around, and
I always just put that.
This guy can barely walk.
I always put down put the whole friggin' him jumping about down to like his, I don't know, maybe his species legs friggin' aren't made for walking, they're actually made for jumping about. I don't fucking know. Maybe the whole frail old man thing is an act. I don't know. It just
looks kind of absurd to see this character limping around.
I love it. It's just all of a sudden, you don't expect it.
Yeah, no.
Like, you're expecting him to just kind of waddle about. Going,
but then that's also the thing, because they also kind of do the same thing with Christopher Lee a bit, in that whole with his stuntman. You know, sometimes he's like very static and he's just like going like that, but then other times he's flipping around. So maybe I don't mind it as much when it comes to Revenge of the Sith when he's fighting the Emperor.
Yep.
Whatever. So, yeah, you get the awesome Kamino bits with Jango Fett.
Yeah.
And you get Boba Fett. So that's a nice little nod. I think better fitting than randomly Jabba the Hutt showing up in Phantom Menace, and fucking, to that matter, the fucking
considering Jango Fett actually has a bearing on the plot, whereas Jabba was just like, hey, look, this is Jabba the Hutt, because necessariness is...
Now, I'm always confused. What do I call them? Sand people or Tusken Raiders? I never know.
I think on the people that live on Tatooine call them Sand People, but like their official classification, if you will, is Tusken Raiders.
Yeah, and then that can also extend to like destroyer droids or droidicas. It's like, fucking pick one.
Again, the friggin' Trade Federation called them droidicas, and everyone else calls them destroyers.
Yeah, and then, I mean, really, the super battle droids are kind of like that, because when you watch the movie, they kind of, like, and you're not really paying attention, they just kind of show up out of nowhere, but they're not made by the Trade Federation.
No.
They're made by... I always forget their names, because I keep getting confused with Magneto's Island. Geonosia. I think it's... Geonosis, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. So, the Geonosians... I guess are their names. They're battle droids?
Yep.
Oh no, one part of fucking fan service that I was just like, what the fuck is this doing in here? Was the fucking Death Star.
Oh my god. I love that, but I hate it at the same time.
Because it's like, look, it's the Death Star. The only movie I think doesn't have that is Revenge of the Sith. Like, I don't think there's a moment in Revenge of the Sith that's all like, look, fan service. Because that's supposed to be the one that links the two.
Yeah.
Like, even the end looks awesome.
Yeah.
When they're on the fucking... Are they on the... No, they're on the ship observing the construction of the Death Star.
Yeah.
But, like, you just have the fucking Death Star show up here, and it's just like, okay.
It's like, it's kind of cool to think that, yeah, they were planning this for quite
and, like,
a while.
that was...
Obviously, it does
But then
take a
also-
while to build a giant space station
Yeah,
that
but
can
then
destroy a
also
planet.
that they had decided on that design,
Yeah.
like, from the word go. Like, if you're designing something, you go through several bloody processes to get to it.
I think it's just kind of like they didn't have the resources or anything to build it at that point. And then when all of a sudden the Republic's the Empire, they're like, yay! We can build this shit now. Let's fucking build it.
Yeah.
Let's fucking build it.
It's
Like,
like,
this, we got nothing
okay.
stopping us now. Let's fucking build it.
Like, yeah, you know, fan service for the sake of fan service, I guess. But
Yeah.
whatever. So then you get, they all kind of just, I'm saving the obvious fucking bad part till the end to talk about.
Right.
But the battle on Geonosis is
Mhm.
pretty cool. You get a bunch of Jedi
It's
actually
damn
doing
awesome.
something.
Like, it's literally the only time in the entire fucking franchise when you have a bunch of Jedi actually doing... More than 5 Jedi actually
Yeah.
doing something.
Yeah, exactly.
Any other time, it's less than 3 Jedi doing something at any one time.
And then this movie, or this battle, actually provides one of the key, pieces of evidence for Mace Windu being a Dark Jedi, and that is him mercilessly killing
Straight up.
an unarmed, Jango Fett. Does he get his... No. Why am I thinking he got his hand cut off? Well, he cut his hand off and then cut his head off immediately after.
Yep.
But before that, he had, like, no guns, no nothing. He had just been trampled by the fucking thing. He didn't have a jetpack.
No, at that point, Django was shooting at Mace.
Oh, yes, he was.
He was shooting at Mace, and Mace was deflecting the shots, and then he cut off his hand, or
and
at least cut the gun.
immediately
Cut off the hand, and then, boom, cuts off
in
his
like
head.
one movement, and he just doesn't give a shit.
Yep.
It's like, that's
literally-
not how a Jedi does
He
it.
literally does not give a fuck. You look at his face, and he's like, whatever.
Does he look at Boba when he does that?
I don't know.
Or does he look at Count? Because I think he looks at someone.
I think he looks. I think he looks at Count
Yeah.
at that point.
Boba seems to not give a shit. Like it says, just like, whatever.
It's like I think he can put that down to like the fact that Boba's not actually his proper spawn.
Yeah.
He's
but, like,
just a
still,
clone.
You kind of raised him, but like, yeah. Because like he has a natural lifespan.
I do.
He's literally, however old he is, he has.
I do
spent
get
that
kind of
long.
upset every time that scene where friggin' Boba picks up Django's head and just kind of.
I kind of get crazy at that because I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah. Now I'm always confused. Did he create his armor off of the look of Django, or does he literally have Django's armor?
No. I think the armor
Or pieces of it.
I think the armor that Django and Boba wear is just straight up Mandalorian default armor
Okay.
that Mandalorians wear. Because
Alright.
there's a character in Rebels, Sabine Wren, who actually wears like an orange version of that armor without sleeves.
Yep.
So, and she's Mandalorian. So yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't know anything from anything, just the movies.
That's why
That's
it got
like
me,
my knowledge. Alright, so I guess there's nothing really much to talk about in terms of plot, or you get the final battle.
Mhm.
Oh no, wait, the one it's a kind of a love-hate situation here. The fucking parts with C-3PO's head on the battle droid.
That's
And
just
vice
so
versa.
fucking funny.
But the fact that Kit Fisto, who I think is he is an awesome looking Jedi.
Yeah.
And if you watch the original Clone Wars, he is so cool in that. But he just kind of doesn't really acknowledge the fact that, hey, that's a protocol droid's head on a fucking battle droid's body.
He just kind of goes.
That's a little weird. Boom. And then
Pushes-
he gives this really cheeky fucking grin. It's like, you didn't do shit, mate.
Kit Fisto, you fucking nerd.
Why? And the like, I don't know why no one makes the decision to, like, decapitate the fucking droid right there.
Because they go, that's a protocol droid.
That's a protocol droid.
He's not a threat.
Not a threat.
We're good. We're good, guys. Don't kill this one.
Like, I just wish, like, maybe during the fight, Anakin would have just fucking thrown a look and, like, oh, for fuck's sake.
That would have been so
You
funny.
disappointment.
Okay, but one thing that really annoys me, like, it's a very small thing, but it really fucking annoys me. Like, you know when Padme is, like, she's climbed up to the top of her pole thing, and she's, like, standing there fighting off the thing.
Yeah.
And then it scratches her. It just scratches her. Just scratches her back. She's got three tears in the back of her suit costume sort of thing. And then next shot, all of a sudden, sleeves ripped off. This part of the suit is ripped off. Like that's like okay, but how the fuck did that happen?
Yeah.
Like that's just fan service for the fucking sake of fan service.
Yeah. Like, not even...
Like, it's good fan service because Natalie Portman...
Yeah, Natalie Portman, man.
Natalie Portman's pretty nice looking.
Yeah.
And I sound gross
Pretty
saying
nice
that.
looking.
But yeah, she... it's not a big thing, but it just really fucking bugs me.
Yeah.
Like, all of a sudden, oh, look at this. I've got less clothes. George Lucas is in the background like, yes. This is like slave labor all over again.
Accurate representation. Dramatic reenactment.
Yes. Dramatic recreation of the exact moments while that scene was being shot.
The factory scene is decent, I guess.
I like the whole it's not really suspenseful now because I know what happens, but like it
wasn't suspenseful to begin with.
Yeah,
so it's like Anakin is in real danger.
Yeah, but it's just kind of exciting to see him kind of just be stuck underneath that friggin' droid arm thing. And he's trying to get out, and like he can't, and then his stuff, and then his lightsaber gets broken, and he's like, Obi-Wan's gonna kill me.
Yeah. And then, like,
he sounds like a spoiled teenager.
Yeah. And then you get the final battle between Count Dooku and Obi-Wan and Anakin. And Obi-Wan gets taken out pretty quickly.
Like, that whole fight is one of my favorites in the entire saga. Like, I honestly, none of the fights...
the one part that annoys me is where either Anakin or Dooku, I can't remember which one does, cuts the cable just so they can have the dramatic darkness.
Yeah.
It's like, if that was done through, like, a battle, I could understand, but literally the fact that he just goes...
Yeah!
Like, what was the point of that?
I feel that
it serves no purpose. It's not like he can get the fucking drop on him. You have 2 fucking glow sticks in your hand,
I feel that his thought process was, okay, I'm gonna cut this so I can sneak up on him.
Shit.
That's right.
That's not gonna work.
Light source.
He only does it so they can... I mean, it's really cool.
Well, if we were following original trilogy logic, then there wouldn't be any fucking light coming from them.
Yeah, but still. It's like... Okay, then. Whatever.
Yeah.
What was the point, mate?
As I was saying, like I feel this fight is actually one of my favorites in all of the franchise. Yeah. Like, honestly, to me, the original trilogy fights are just kind of lackluster and just kind of there. 2-on-1 fights, with the exception of the Darth Maul one, because, you know, he has a double-bladed lightsaber, never make much sense to me. Because there's always a point where one of them gets taken out, and it's more often than not Obi-Wan. Yeah. It's just like, that was so fucking quick. Yeah. That was so easy. With the, like, there was no reason Obi-Wan had to be taken out so quickly in this one. It was in the third one, they kind of had to set it up because they had to set up Anakin killing Count Dooku. He got taken out quickly so that we could have some dramatic build-up in the rivalry between Anakin and Dooku.
Like, it just would have been just a little bit better had cuts off his arm, he's the one who gets incapacitated, and then Obi-Wan comes in and... Yeah.
Just kind of...
And then another thing I don't fucking like is... after the, like, fucking clone troopers drop off Anakin and Obi-Wan, it immediately gets blown up.
Yeah,
It's like, immediately.
because they're fucking idiots.
It's like, okay.
That happened.
And then, like,
Okay, we're gonna need another ship in here.
Padme, like, falls, but then once she gets recovered, they, like, immediately know where they're going.
Yeah.
The only reason they know where they were going was because they were following Dooku.
Yeah.
So how did Padme know?
They
Where to go?
Anakin and Obi-Wan have a tracking signal. Fucking.
Or maybe Yoda did some Force shit. It's like, yeah, they're over there. Maybe. I guess.
Well, I don't think Yoda would say that. Yoda would say, over there are they are
Yeah.
around
Again,
this,
that
around
comes-
this environment of perimeter create.
Fuck. Yeah, I think this is the perfect example of how much of a cunt fucking Yoda is.
I don't think it's Yoda being a cunt. It's the fucking writers being a cunt to the fucking, like, writing Yoda
but
like a
He
piece of
is
shit.
such a fucking cunt to Obi-Wan. Like, when he
Always
goes
a
to
cunt.
find the fucking planet, everyone's a cunt to Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Like, you go...
Obi-Wan's like the
the
C-3PO
fucking
of the
librarian!
The freaking Obi-Wan is the C-3PO of the prequel trilogy. Everyone's a cunt to him.
Spoilers for the Revenge of the Sith game, I guess. But I got so fucking satisfied when Anakin killed that librarian in the game. I'm like, thank you. She was a bitch.
I hate her.
And then fucking Yoda's like, you know, this cunt's lost a planet. How embarrassing. And like, Obi-Wan's just thinking, right, you cheeky green cunt.
I could step on you right fucking
And then-
now, eh?
And then there's that one scene where Yoda's literally using a fucking hover chair. It's like, why do you all of a sudden have this fucking petri dish fucking hover chair?
Yeah.
It's like, why don't you use that all the time if walking is such an effort for you, mate?
I feel like if Obi-Wan were just
time.
that little bit more temperamental or something, then after Yoda said, lost a planet, Master Obi-Wan has. How embarrassing. Then Obi-Wan would have just been like, right, you little fuck.
Boot.
That's
That's how he gets to Dagobah.
Yeah! He just smashes out the window.
Fly.
Woo!
There we go, guys. Condensed version.
We're not even talking about the plot anymore.
No.
Just nitpicking
So
the
then,
fuck out of this thing.
there was, yeah. The romance. Which,
God, this is the most shitty fucking romance in the history of shitty fucking
even if it was
romances.
good romance, it would feel out of place. Because it's super fucking creepy. When you
really
think about it.
is. Like, especially, like, okay. At the beginning, when Anakin and Obi-Wan turn up, and, like, Anakin's like, you're grown, you're more beautiful than me.
Yeah, it's like,
I felt the need to be specific about this shit. And then friggin' Padme's just like, oh, and you'll always be that little boy I met on fucking Tatooine. Let's fuck!
yeah.
I'm a fucking little boy!
Yeah, that's just weird.
That's fucking...
And it's like, the lines of dialogue are just so fucking cringeworthy.
Especially, like, when they're, again, like, I keep saying especially, when
Yeah.
really every fucking interaction between those two is just terrible. But yeah, the scene where he's talking to her when she's packing to go to, like, fucking Naboo, and she's like, please don't look at me like that, it makes me uncomfortable, and he's like, okay.
Yeah. It's like, ugh, just
It's like...
stop, please.
It's like she's visibly shown that she's uncomfortable. Anakin, can you please not?
Yeah. It's like, okay. Like, I think in the third movie, Hayden Christensen is a lot better.
Yeah, he is.
In this one,
In
God,
this one,
it's
he's the
cringeworthy.
most cringeworthy piece of shit ever.
Oh! The part where he finds his mother.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep.
Although it's
I feel that he does a lot better in the really serious moments.
Yeah, he does.
But when like Anakin's supposed to be quote unquote charming or
It doesn't work.
attractive or whatever, it just doesn't work. Like
No.
I don't get the fuzzies.
No, I
Like-
don't either. No,
Like
I never saw it.
You wouldn't get the fuzzies from a dude anyway. So,
No, fair enough.
but yeah, just like it doesn't do anything.
Like,
it's more like, please shut the fuck up, Anakin. I hate you so fucking much.
yeah, and yeah, it's just like
When he does, like, okay. I am incredibly confused. Like, okay, Anakin is like the Jesse of Star Wars for me. Like, I hate him with a passion, but at the same time, I don't hate him at all.
Jesse from Pitch Perfect.
Jesse from Pitch Perfect. If
case
you've seen a Pitch Perfect video, you know what I mean.
If you don't,
Then
go and watch it. If you haven't seen the movies,
If
go
you-
watch the movies.
yeah,
And then go watch
and
our
then
video.
go watch a video, and then come back here. But yeah,
Or, in all honesty, you'll probably just finish this video first if you've even gotten this far.
and then just kind of sleep it off,
Yeah.
and then forget you were
kind of
supposed to
forget
watch
you were
more
supposed to
videos.
watch Pitch Perfect.
But yeah, I like a lot of it comes down to Hayden Christensen's acting
Yeah,
in
it
these
does.
movies. Like,
I honestly don't think he's as, at least in the third one, I don't think he's as bad as what people make him out to be.
yeah,
I
in
think
the
it's-
third one, he's really good.
I think the hate behind the prequels just comes from mainly the first two, and I think Revenge of the Sith gets overshadowed
Revenge
because
of the
it's part
Sith-
of that.
Yeah, Revenge of the Sith like is the most underrated piece of shit ever.
It is.
because like it's not a piece of shit.
It's not.
Like I call everything a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
Everything's a piece of shit to me
Yeah.
because I'm
But, like-
cynical like that.
But like, you know, people just have this general assumption that everything to do with the prequels is blasphemous and it's awful.
And it didn't happen.
But then most rational people can see glimmers of hopes, and then you've got me, who, like, when I first, the only movie I saw at the cinema, well, Star Wars movie, was Revenge of the Sith, and then Phantom Menace when they showed it back.
I think I saw Attack of the Clones
See,
in
that's
its
the thing.
original showing, and then I think I saw Revenge of the Sith in its original showing, but then
I definitely saw Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
I can remember that. I think I saw Attack of the Clones, but I can't remember. No one who would have been with me at that time can remember if I had or not.
Mhm.
So it's kind of up in the air. It's kind of like, I don't know what the first Star Wars movie I watched was, but my memory, from what I remember, was Return of the Jedi.
Mhm.
So there's that.
I think the only reason I remember seeing Attack of the Clones in the cinema was because when Yoda came out. Fucking hell.
That's coming up on the video too.
That is, actually.
You know, if we were editing, we would have zoomed that in.
But yeah.
But we're not. Uh-oh. What?
Something I have to tell you.
What?
If you're going to
Get away from them while they're recording, please.
Run
So good. What?
There's something in Cashies that you want to follow.
What's in Cashews?
It's a collector's edition DVD.
What is it?
Attack of the Clones.
Fuck off. We're discussing that now.
But anyway, what was I talking about?
Probably Attack of the Clones.
Probably, I think so.
Original showing or something.
Yeah,
Like that.
I think the only reason I remember seeing it in its original showing is because, like, I remember when Yoda first took out his lightsaber, like the whole theater just kind of went,
Mm.
and even I went,
That's
because
what
until
I heard.
now this was a guy who started floating. Like I don't think I'd even seen
Yeah.
the original trilogy at this point.
That's what I hope the atmosphere for Force Awakens is going to be like.
Yeah,
Because, like, it could differ from place to place, but every movie I've gone to, with the exception of one, and I'll talk about that in a minute, the atmosphere has just kind of been...
Yeah.
No one really has a good time watching movies. Like, I remember going to see Kung Fu Panda, which is a pretty funny movie.
yeah.
I remember laughing at jokes and then being told to shut the fuck up. Like, someone literally turned around and said, "Can you shut up, please?"
Why would you tell someone to shut up if they're laughing at a
Especially
movie?
at that... When did that come out? Like,
I don't know.
I would have been young at the time, which would have made it even
Yeah.
worse. It's like,
It's like,
what?
when someone's watching a movie and they're enjoying it enough to laugh at it, shut the fuck up. Don't tell them to shut the fuck up. If you have the thought in your mind to tell them to shut the fuck up,
But then
shut
again,
the fuck up.
that's what I wanted to yell out at Iron Man 3, because everyone in that in the theater, except for me, because I'm a rational thinker, was laughing at Trevor. They thought it was genuinely funny. And I just
funny,
felt like going, shut the fuck up, everyone. Can you not see how actually terrible this is?
I think I've said this before. But
FYI.
I find Trevor funny.
FYI, I think the lines of dialogue are it's kind of like Ultron
Yeah.
for me. Yeah, the lines of dialogue, they're not poorly written by any means. It's just the fact they're written for that character,
Yep.
and what that character is supposed to be is just like... And I'm never one... I am never one to say, oh, that's not like the comic version. Fuck off. But, like, the Mandarin in particular,
Yeah.
it's like, that's Iron Man's #1 villain. You're not going to do that, but that's all... I don't want to say retcon now, but kind of sweep under the rug, because there's an actual Mandarin out there.
Yep.
Except there's not an actual Ultron now.
Yeah.
Hopefully, sometime down the road.
I mean, we've got Hank Pym now, so...
Yeah. So... And the only real time I've been in an audience and it's like had a really good atmosphere was when I saw Resurrection F. And I could hear like the people behind me before the movie and like all around me just making so many Dragon Ball Z abridged references. And it was such a good atmosphere, and then I kind of remember...
What about the atmosphere at Age of Ultron? Like, that was a good atmosphere, I reckon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
For a Marvel movie, that's definitely the best type.
There were people laughing, like, genuinely entertained by the jokes. There were people, like, going, oh my god, at some moments.
There
Like,
was. I don't think anyone left to go to the toilet.
No! Like, if you wanted to pee in that movie, like, you were fucked.
Yeah, because that was me. I was holding it in.
Yeah.
And, like, the moment I, like, ran out of the cinema to go to the toilet, there was already, like, a bunch of people in there who had just hightailed out of there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Back to Star Wars.
Yep.
I guess, like, we can sum the plot up now. It's not the best.
It's not the best. I do enjoy it for what it is. It's trying to do something different with Star Wars, but in the end, it just kind of falls flat because, like, I always say things fall flat because that's the only fucking way I can describe shit. But yeah, it does kind of fall flat because it's just not executed that.
Yeah, it's definitely like the pros outweigh the cons, but the con, which is mainly the romance and how fucking poorly that's like, written.
The pros outweigh the cons of this movie, of the plot and stuff, but it's the fact that the cons are so big that...
And really it's only that one that is significant.
It just really detracts from everything.
So, I want to call it straight down the middle, but I don't. So I'm going to go with a 4.
I'm going to go 5 and cut it down the middle.
Alright. So moving on to cast. We'll get the good out of the way. Ewan McGregor.
Always good.
Always good.
Always good.
Always good.
In everything.
Better in Revenge of the Sith.
Way better in Revenge of the Sith.
Here, he's definitely good.
Yeah.
As always. Okay. One line that I fucking hate is I have a bad feeling you'll be the death of me. I'm like, for fuck's sake!
I love.
Get out!
I love the delivery of that line.
Yeah.
Like, it's a line that could have very easily been delivered like, why do I get the feeling you'll be the death of me? And then a wink to the camera.
Yeah.
Because original villains reference. Oh!
Yeah.
But yeah. Instead, it was just kind of, why do I get the feeling you'll be the death of me?
Yeah.
It just sounds like a really natural thing for Obi-Wan to say.
Yeah.
It's like, it sounds like something he says often as well.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And then, the character doesn't get a lot to do in this movie.
No, he just kind of flies about.
Which I also have the same feeling about Dragon Ball Z. Everyone kind of plays second fiddle to Goku throughout those whole movies. And that's kind of Ewan McGregor in these movies.
Yeah.
He just kind of plays second fiddle all the time.
It's just kind of there.
But yeah, I guess Natalie Portman's decent.
Hang on. One other thing I want to point out. When Anakin and Padme are brought into their executions, they're chained up, and Obi-Wan's like, "What are you doing here?" And Anakin's like, "Rescuing you, Master." And Obi-Wan's like, "Good job. Good job. Good fucking job, you fucking idiot.
Very true. So,
Like, he doesn't actually say that, obviously,
Yeah.
but it sounds like he's saying that.
Natalie Portman's decent.
I think we established, like, in our Phantom Menace review that
Yeah.
she's consistently decent.
She's consistently decent.
Yeah.
She doesn't do a lot in this. I mean, the
Like-
whole romance thing is more
I
on the
feel-
Anakin side.
I feel that, like,
Than the
Padme,
Padme.
I feel like, as much as I hate to say it, I feel like Padme is just there for the romance.
She kind of is.
She does not do much at all.
She's really only there to tick a box. It's like, all right, how does Vader have children? Let's bring in a.
Let's make a chick. We made a chick.
We made
Okay.
a chick.
We made him.
She's an authority figure, so she's not your typical damsel in distress, but that's exactly what she is.
Hang on, let me just check that box as well. Okay, she's also a damsel in distress. What else should we do?
'Cause, like,
Okay, unnecessary midriff. Yep,
she
got it.
climbs up the thing to
Mhm.
avoid being clawed to death.
She then almost
Doesn't
gets
do
clawed to
much.
death.
She gets clawed to death, nearly clawed to death, necessarily enough to rip her top.
Okay,
And
again.
exposed.
Okay, let's double check. Unnecessary fan service. Yep, I got all that.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
else? What else we got?
I guess,
Pointless flirting. Yep, we got
because
that.
I can't, because she is consistently decent, I
Yep.
can't critique her over these movies and say, well, she's better in this one than she is this one. But I think this is possibly the poorest she's been written,
Yeah,
I guess.
I feel like Padme is
In this-
always very,
Poorly written.
very poorly written.
Yeah, but this
In this,
more
she's
so,
just-
because the
yeah.
romance kind of brings it down
The-
for both characters.
Yeah, the romance is just kind of
Yeah. So I guess we'll talk Hayden Christensen a bit.
the romance is like
Yes.
Alderaan.
Yeah. So we've already established Hayden Christensen not so good
Mm-hmm.
in this movie.
We'll get more into how he's actually better in
Nails the
this.
kind of
He
darker moments.
he does a really good job doing darker stuff.
Yeah.
I really enjoy him when I really enjoyed the scene where he's talking to Padme and he just kind of stops and goes, "I killed them.
Yeah.
I killed them all.
Like, I mean,
and not just the men,
yeah.
but the children."
I mean, his acting isn't top notch.
It's not
by
top-notch
any means,
at all.
but it's not the worst I've ever seen. Like,
No.
some people say, oh, he's way worse than Jake Lloyd. No.
no,
No.
no one's worse than Jake Lloyd.
No. But, like, I think people just kind of, oh, he's part of the prequels, he's instant shit.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, but we'll get more into...
But yeah, I do get chills every time I watch that scene where he is explaining that I killed them all.
Yeah.
They took my mother from me. I took their
Yeah.
mothers from them.
Yeah. Very dark.
It's very dark and very
Yeah.
terrifying.
So there's that. Who else? Samuel Jackson
Always good.
is always good in everything.
No matter how little he's given, he's always
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. And, he doesn't get a lot to do in these movies.
Aside from kill Jango Fett.
Yeah. And fight Palpatine.
Yep.
And then die. So yeah, you get that shit. And then, who else do you get? I don't want to discuss Yoda, because we've discussed Yoda.
Yep.
Fuck him. I forget the actor's name, because he's from New Zealand. The guy who plays Jango Fett and the Clone Troopers.
Yep.
He's really cool.
He is always
Yeah.
he's consistently good
Yeah,
in the movies. Yeah.
yeah. And then, I think he did a good job in Green Lantern as well.
He was in Green Lantern.
Yeah, he played Abin Sur.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot about that for a second there.
For what little
It's-
Abin Sur
it-
is in there. And
it's
Jango,
Green
I think Jango Fett looks cooler than Boba Fett.
Yeah, I like the blue and silver more than I like
And
the
the-
friggin' orangey
Yeah.
and green.
Yeah. Because, blue and purple, I love those two colours, so...
Yep.
And then silver. I love silver, so...
Just like I feel like anything with silver just looks fucking.
I don't think there's a Black Series Jango Fett yet, and that upsets me. They need to fucking make one. Like, make it.
Oh!
Like, seriously, I am still really torn in my decisions to get SH Figure Arts or Black Series. Because there's characters I know SH Figure Arts ain't gonna touch.
Mhm.
Like, I don't think they'll ever make like a Wampa or a Tauntaun that the Black Series have. And
It's because the Black Series make everything.
like maybe I'll just get the figure arts that Black Series didn't do so well. Because they can fit
Yeah,
in that scale. Discussing everything Star Wars. Okay, no. Oh yes, Christopher Lee as Count Dooku. That man worked.
He good.
Like, he did a lot of stuff.
He good.
Yeah, and he's, again, doesn't really get a lot to do.
Like
I think-
anything.
Yeah, I think we brought up last week it probably would have been better had Darth Maul been in these roles. Obviously they would have had to slightly rewrite it because I don't see Darth Maul sitting down and being all political and shit.
I think that would have been pretty cool to see.
Be kind of weird because I don't see that character as kind of sitting down talking a lot. Then again, I haven't seen Clone Wars, so well.
He does a lot of talking in that. He literally takes over a kingdom in that friggin' series. So,
So I think we discussed what we need to with the cast.
Yep.
Ian McDiarmid, I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'm just gonna go with what I think it is. He's always good as the Emperor, with the exception of like when he gets freshly.
No!
No!
Yeah!
Yeah,
That's pretty
That's
much
like-
him.
the only cringeworthy moments I think from him.
Yep.
So cast, I'm really stuck.
I really don't know what to do with my hands on this.
I'm gonna give the cast a solid 6. The
I
cast
will.
and characters. Oh,
Mm.
see, when I went off cast alone, I'd say a 6. But with the characters, which I don't think anyone's particularly written fairly well in this.
Nothing's written well in this. Well, there are a couple things that are written well, but
You know
not
what?
much is written well.
I'll split down the middle and give it a 5.
I will also give it a 5.
Alrighty. So, moving on to the tone of the film.
Yep. It's not. It's not.
It's kind of hodgepodgey.
Yeah, it's not. It's not really an Empire Strikes Back sort of middle section.
It's
it's
the
just-
complete opposite of Phantom Menace. Phantom Menace probably stayed on certain things for a bit too long. It's like, okay, so there's this, but we're gonna drag it out for this amount of time. This one, it's just like, here are all these separate things, we're gonna put them in this order.
Yeah.
So there's the fucking 50s style diner. The fuck's up with that?
I don't know, but I love
The
it.
fucking, what's the cunt's name? Dex?
Dex, yeah.
Yeah. Why does he have a mustache?
I think the real question we should be asking is how does he know Obi-Wan?
Yeah. Like,
How does Obi-Wan know
that-
greasy
that will be-
forearms that knows
that
fucking-
will be one of the spin-offs.
Yeah.
Is just Obi-Wan and Dex, how they met.
It's like, what? How
A
does
tale of friendship.
how does Obi-Wan know a greasy fat Tetramand?
But, like, what's up with the 50s
Ben 10
diner?
references, I don't know.
What is up with...
I-
Why is it a 50s style diner?
They could be in the 50s of their
It's a galaxy far, far away.
They could be in their
And
sort of
it's
50s.
a long time ago.
They could be in their 50s.
It's weird.
I mean, Obi-Wan's
So-
supposed to be in his 50s in A
You
New
know.
Hope, so...
The tone is all kind of... It's all over the place, and
Yeah.
I prefer things like the Phantom Menace's kind of tone where, yeah, it stays on things for maybe a bit too long, but at least, there's
At least
that,
things
whereas...
get fleshed out a little bit.
But then again, I wouldn't say anything doesn't get fleshed out in this, because I think everything's pretty much out there, so I think even though it's kind of hodgepodgey, it gets needed, unlike Age of Ultron, which was just
I feel
terrible.
I think I said this before, like a lot. I say this a lot, but Like, the fact that every clone trooper is CG still annoys the fuck out of me.
Like,
was that necessary at all?
like, have however many in, like, suits.
Have some physical...
And then just, like, green screen the rest in. As, like, a massive army.
Physical suits.
Yeah. What's the time at?
And fucking things. No,
So-
all the fucking things. Like, the CG doesn't look bad by any means. It's really decent CG.
But then it's also the case of why is it CG?
why is it CG?
Because I think there's always that kind of, like, thing when you always make something CG. It's like, yeah, but was that necessary to be CG? Did you need to CG that? That's just a problem with the prequels overall. And George Lucas did say if he had that technology available to him in the 70s and 80s, he would have used it.
He has that technology now, and he does use it.
Yeah. But, yeah.
So we got these special edition motherfuckers. What am I gesturing to?
I'm gonna give the tone a 4.
I'm gonna give it another 5.
Okay. That brings the overall, for you, you gave 5s all around.
Yep.
So that brings the total to 15 for you. For me, 2 4s and a 5. That's 13.
Yep.
So that puts the overall score at 28.
Out of 60.
28 out of 60. I think what? Phantom Menace got 22 or something like that.
Yep.
Which is probably too high for that movie, but whatever. Out of
Thinking
60.
about it now, yeah, it's a little high.
Probably, but that's a bunch of scores put into one, so
yeah.
Whatever. What can you... But, for the more simplistic people who prefer an out of 10 score, what do you give Attack of the Clones?
Out of 10, I give it 5.
5? That sounds fair. But I'm gonna go 4. Which I gave a lot of 4s for this one.
Yep.
So, yeah, guys, let us know what you thought of Attack of the Clones. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you agree with us?
Are you just completely indifferent? Do you even like Star Wars?
I think everyone's seen Star Wars. And, like, at least...
You'd be surprised. I've met a couple people who have not seen a single Star Wars movie in their entire fucking life.
What is wrong with you?
Where have you been? Have you been living on the moon?
Now, see, my personal opinion is you need to have at least watched all of them.
Or at least one of them.
Like, if you like movies, then you have no excuse, because the original 3 are just masterpieces, all 3 of them. Yes, Return of the Jedi included it.
I love Jedi.
Well, the first 2, not good. Revenge of the Sith, I think...
Beautiful!
That will go down always being one of my favourite films of all time. Not to spoil incoming videos on the Babylon 5 channel, but... yeah. So yeah, we put this one to bed.
Yep.
What's up tomorrow, Tim? What are we doing?
Tomorrow, we're recapping The Flash and Arrow again.
Again?
Yeah.
Yep. And then by the time we get round to shooting that video, we may or may not have seen a new movie.
Yep.
Which we'll leave for a surprise for you guys tomorrow. Yep. So the video for tomorrow will probably be up a little later.
Yeah.
Because we're going to see a movie and then coming back, and then we'll probably have to watch Arrow after that movie.
Yep.
And then, but yeah, so I have to catch up on the other films in that series.
Yep.
Have to go watch those tonight, which is bad because I was going to rewatch Sleep No More. Have you got a chance to rewatch that?
No, not yet.
Because I took a little sneak peek at our comments, and someone in the comments said that it's better upon a second watch. So
right.
I'll have to sort that out tonight.
I will try. I will probably just watch it again.
We'll probably rewatch it tomorrow or something.
Yeah. So what's going on your channel?
Nothing. As always.
That was quick.
Got a for the wrestling fans out there, got a Survivor Series prediction video coming up later tonight with Rob.
Nice.
And then I swear, because like I filmed a reaction video for Hell in a Cell but didn't put it up because I was originally going to give it to you to edit together because it was 2 separate videos.
And how long ago was this?
Like last month.
Yep.
And like, because eventually it just got to a point like, who would even care?
Yep.
I even filmed like a little recap video, so like, yeah, this happened, didn't even upload that. That was like at like a month ago, probably lasted for a week or 2. I just got like, I don't know why, just down in the dumps and didn't want to fucking do anything. Like,
Yep.
I don't want to upload content, fuck off. Because like, that's like something that's become apparent on my channel since
Yep.
starting this one, is that I tend to care more about this channel than thing, because
Yep.
I'm actually putting out semi-decent content on this channel as opposed to the last one.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, what's happening on yours?
Well, tomorrow, the 3rd episode of my Black 2 Randomizer Nuzlocke is going up. I also plan on probably, like, Monday-ish, putting up a video of me reacting to my old videos from my old channel.
Jumping on all the bandwagons.
Jumping on all the bandwagons, I don't know what's that. And I've also, in my head, I've also gotten an idea just for, like, just for fun, like 5 random facts about me.
Are you going to be doing random fun facts during watching your old videos?
Probably.
Just be like, fun fact.
It'll
Fun
probably
fact.
just kind of be a little bit of a commentary track for like
Yeah.
bits of each of them. And
You got to bring up, if you react to fucking the 3rd I Heart Caffeine, you got to bring up how much extra footage we had for that fucker.
yeah, and then how much, and again, and as a consequence, how much we lost.
Yeah, I know. So upsetting. The amount of shit we've actually filmed over like the past few years that actually never like saw light
We
of
could
day.
actually make a full feature-length film.
I honestly want to go back.
We could make a trilogy of feature-length films
Yes.
from all of that.
I honestly want to go back and fucking redo that horror movie thing we did with The Mask,
Yes!
because that was bloody awesome.
We're rebooting that at some point.
Yes, we will. Because I don't give a shit. That was awesome.
That was awesome. I mean, it was kind of cliche, and I did borrow.
Well, that was even the
other
fucking
things.
point. We're
Yeah.
like, yeah, let's make this as
Like I
cliche
did,
as
and
possible.
I did borrow like a bunch of shit
Mm.
from like a lot of the improv stuff was actually just like
Yeah.
shot for shot reenactments of shit. But
All
yeah,
right, let's move that over. So yeah, guys, again, let us know what you thought of Attack of the Clones. Is it better? Is it worse than Phantom Menace? At one point, I said so.
yep,
Don't know what I was thinking.
because you're mad.
Yeah, mad. So that was that. Let us know what you guys think.
Let
And-
me know how many times
your
my hair
scores.
changed in this
Yeah.
video. Because
And-
wow,
And your scores. Let us know your scores. Whether it's just a like out of 10, or if you want to go by our rating system,
yeah.
which if it's just you rating, it'll be
Yeah.
out of 30. So yeah,
Be sure to check out our solo
yep,
channels.
our
and
solo
shit.
channels where not a lot happens.
Nope.
But
Not a lot happens on his anyway.
no, not a lot happens.
I
on
upload
mine.
at least once a week.
You
so.
upload frequently.
Yep, I'm at least trying to have a sort of a schedule
Yeah.
now. So yeah.
So yeah, guys, we'll see you tomorrow for fan feedback number 5, and Flash and Arrow episode 7 recaps.
Yep.
So, and surprise bonus. I guess. Well, we won't review it, but because I'm never a fan of like reviewing a movie, you know, so fresh after seeing it, and plus I've got to watch all the other ones in the series
So
to
yeah.
get caught up. So
Yeah.
they'll probably just all blur into one movie for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it, guys. I was thinking we're gonna go watch The Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see you tomorrow. Until then,
Take care.
see ya.
Goodbye.